an expert on complex family law issues will join us with a list of resolutions designed specifically to make an ex or soon-to-be ex easier to deal with in the new year. The 9 is on now.
Live from the Fox 2 studios, the 9 starts now.
All right, coming up, a lot of people make resolutions to lose weight, to get their finances in order, but how about co-parenting resolutions? We'll get into it after the break.
We don't have to worry about nothing, 'cause we got the fire.
The 9, the new year is here, and it is a great time for a fresh slate, including getting on the right track with your ex when it comes to parenting your children together. Joining me this morning, Jessica Woll, partner of Woll and Woll PC. It's a Michigan-based divorce and family law practice. I'm so glad we're talking about this morning because I think it would be the hardest thing ever to navigate those waters after a divorce or a breakup with someone you have a child with.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Amy, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a serious topic that people should really resolve to do better. Let's start with the 5 things that people can do. What's number 1?
I think simply, let's start by talking about less is more. That should be your first New Year's resolution in 2015. Less is more means don't air your family laundry, no matter how dirty it is, with the local gossip mill. Have a couple close friends that you share, intimate information with about what's going on with your divorce or your separation. That's okay. You need support. Okay. A good therapist, that's a good idea too. But don't share it with the general public, because guess what? It will get back to your kids, because people will be talking at the Starbucks or at the swim meet, and it gets back to your children, and that hurts not only you and your ex, but your child. And your children are innocent here. Let's keep it that way.
Right. So you want to support the relationship, never undermine the other parent. Right?
Absolutely. And that's very hard sometimes to do, particularly when you feel wronged. But we have to remain child-centric.
Okay.
That's very important.
Keep your cool. It can't always be easy, especially maybe there's another person involved, another woman with, hanging out with your kids. You got to keep your cool, right?
Absolutely. So I'm sure if we're getting divorced or we're separated, we know what our ex can do to push our buttons. We know how that person can make us go from 0 to 60 the quickest. So make a New Year's resolution this year to take a deep breath, think before acting, and maybe try a different approach to a problem with your ex. Try something completely different. You're not always going to succeed in this way, but just try something completely different.
Pick your battles. So there are some things that need to be done by the law, right?
Absolutely.
By the letter of the law. What are some of the battles you need to pick?
I think that you have to, first of all, never act reactionary. You know how often we immediately are mad at our ex, who of course can make us go from 0 to 60 very quickly and push our buttons. I find as a divorce attorney, people putting things in writing that they shouldn't in a fit of anger, an email or a text message, that oops ends up in court. And these are maybe good people that all of a sudden get very angry because they see bad behavior, and they're angry and hurt still from the behavior of their ex.
Yeah, you have the fights over a text message.
Yes, let's not do that ever, 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 ever. Take a deep breath. Never act in anger. Call your best friend, hit the pillow, go to a kickboxing class, do what you have to do. Wait. Look at the long game. What's going to be best for your children before you decide? Sometimes you need to bend. Sometimes you need to hold your ground.
And that goes to the next one. Remember, you give what you get.
I think this is my favorite one, and I've learned this time and time again as a divorce attorney. What you put out there comes back to you in spades. Keep yourself, be loving, be kind, always put your children first, and I promise you that's what you'll get back in return. And for the new year, cut out the people that are toxic in your life. If they're family members, if they're friends, if they're not supporting you, the last thing you need is those people in your life when you're going through a divorce, or you've just been divorced, or you just decided to separate. This is one of the most painful things that you're going to go through in your life. You are an adult. You get to make that choice to surround yourself with good, loving, supportive people.
And that's great advice, regardless of whether you're going through a divorce or just for anybody. Where can people find out more about you, maybe call with questions?
Well, you can find me by just Googling my name, Jessica Woll, W-O-L-L. I'm located in Birmingham, Michigan, W-O-L-L, Woll and Woll PC.
Jessica, thank you so much. Some great tips there.
Thanks for having me, Amy.
All right.